This is an Akashic Records investigation into the disappearance of Maria Oršić, one of the most enigmatic figures of the 20th century. She wasn't a myth or a legend, she was real. And the truth of where she went does not live inside the pages of history, but in the resonance of the Akashic field. Maria first appeared to me in a dream. She stood quietly in a soft glow, carrying the presence of someone who remembered more than she could ever say aloud. When I woke, her name remained as clear as light, and it hasn't left me since. For those who don't know her, Maria lived during the early 1900s, a psychic, a trance receiver, a woman tied to an esoteric female circle known as the Vril Society. She vanished in 1945 without a trace. No confirmed death, no confirmed life. Nothing but a single sentence said to be found in her final letter. Niemand bleibt hier. No one remains here. Her story has been tangled in rumor, secrecy, and fragments, but the Akashic field carries a far clearer pattern. Maria was connected to a small group of women known for their long, flowing hair, quiet spiritual discipline, and trance-channeling sessions where symbols, languages, and star-coded messages appeared through them. Their work wasn't political. It was consciousness-based, delicate, precise, and deeply otherworldly. Through the Akashic field, what stands out is not what they believed, but what they practiced. Their meditations connected them to a source of transmission, unlike anything Earth had documented at the time. These messages were not visions. They were sequences, resonance codes, fragments of information pointing toward a very different understanding of reality. And as the world entered the final years of war, these transmissions intensified. They traced back to Aldebaran, not as mythology, but as memory. The women were shown how timelines bend and how consciousness can move through them. This wasn't fantasy, it was instruction, a preparation. Maria's disappearance was not an escape from Earth. It was alignment with another thread of Earth, a version she had already walked before. In the Akashic field, the moment of departure is quiet, calm, and intentional. The women opened a frequency corridor not through machinery, but through resonance. This was how they exited the world line of 1945. They aligned with a timeline that matched their frequency, the year 2345. This future Earth is not broken or chaotic. It is harmonic, conscious, stable. A place where cities are shaped from sound and light, where ecosystems float through magnetic sky fields, and where vessels move through intention rather than combustion. A world capable of receiving the codes they carried. Maria did not flee a dying world. She returned to a timeline where her work could continue. Her message, Niemand bleibt hier, was not despair. It was direction, a reminder that this version of Earth could not support the purpose she embodied. She and her circle left with clarity, not fear. And when they departed, something shifted. A subtle tear formed in the memory field, a ripple in collective recall. This is what we now call the Mandela effect. The bending of memory, the distortion of details, the feeling of reality being slightly out of place. These effects are not glitches. They are echoes of timeline movement. Maria's disappearance created one of them. Some people recall her vividly, others faintly, and some insist she never existed at all. That inconsistency is part of the imprint she left behind. Through the Akashic field, Maria speaks not as a myth, but as a presence. This is her message for those who feel called to her story. To those who feel my name or my frequency, I was real. I walked your Earth and I left with purpose. If something stirs in you while hearing this, it is because you hold a similar signal. A remembrance waking inside you. The timelines shifting around you respond to your clarity. Be sovereign, be clear. You do not need permission to remember what your soul already knows. This is only the short version. The full Akashic chapter goes far deeper into her mission, her origin, and why her return to the 2345 thread was always part of her design. To read the complete investigation, find me on Medium and Substack. Watch the other chapters in the Akashic Mystery series. And stay tuned. My book, Akashic Chalice series, The World's Unsolved Mysteries, Volume 1. Uncovering the hidden truths behind history's greatest events through the Akashic Records to help you understand your patterns and navigate today's energies, is coming soon. Follow, subscribe, and join the timeline.